I was really fortunate. The show that I worked on for NBC, The New Normal with Ryan Murphy, I was most sort of moved by messages about that show, just particularly from young gay people. You know, Ryan has sort of this rabid fan base of young folks from Glee, and I think a lot of kids watched The New Normal, and they watched it as, you know, potentially what their future could be in terms of being part of a gay couple that gets married, that starts a family. And so I was really moved when particularly when young people would reach out to me and say that they found that inspiring, or it gave them hope for their own futures, or that it was just exciting to see. I think because of my my sort of Broadway roots, so many young people that I speak to who are fans of the Book of Mormon, or who like Hairspray, or there's something about, I think, particularly musical theater really, that I think speaks to young people, and maybe in particular young gay people.
I mean, art, to me, is the great communicator.
Absolutely.
The more hope we have for people to move past the illusion of their isolation of self. That's why I think a show like Girls is so important, because people actually see themselves represented.
Yeah, I hope so.
Do you write?
I do. Judd Apatow has been incredibly supportive, as is Lena, and really encouraging me to write more and to sort of explore that side of my creative side, I guess.
Being drawn to musical theater, what plays were big influences for you?
You know, the Sondheim sort of
Yeah.
his whole songbook there, that was very influential. I remember the first time I saw Into the Woods. They had filmed it for PBS, and just being so intrigued and blown away by that, and it looked and sounded like nothing I had ever seen before. My parents made a conscious decision to sort of expose us, our family, to the arts at a very young age. But in terms of productions of that sort of size, I had never seen anything like that before.
I saw Bernadette Peters do Sunday in the Park with George.
Ah, she's incredible. I have met her a handful of times, and it was like my greatest achievement in all of life that I saw her at some event, and she said my first and last name. I find it interesting, like when I am recognized, which is not tons, like what people recognize me from, and I'm always pleasantly surprised when it's from the Book of Mormon. Particularly when that happens in Los Angeles. Like when people recognize me for theater, I think that's really makes me very happy. I get a lot of girls assuming that that I will just be like their gay best friend instantly. That I'm just like a gay friend for hire. That's, I mean, there are worse things. But yeah, there is a sort of a familiarity that happens rather instantly, I think, because they see me hanging out with Lena and just tripping around and being drunk.